as someone who has actually been there. It just so if they have like Tehrani means someone who's from Tehran and so on and so forth. He's a prominent Iranian cleric who expressed progressive religious views. I feel like I'm doing a history class or something. He preached about the democratic will of the people and accused past elections for being fixed. He believed that no government could ever be forced upon the people, no matter its moral agenda. Cool.
You army commanders, you generals and major generals, you don't wish to be independent? What is our reward?
For miles. The universal hope for change impassioned people from all backgrounds to join the revolution. In early September 1978, 500,000 protesters marched through Tehran. You can even read more about it. Wow, there's a lot in here. 4 miles in either direction in the main square. So this is in Tehran itself. %10 population. Jeez. Okay. He doesn't say it was big news back then. Yeah, the king statue. So, yep, that was the end of the 2,500-year-old monarchy, shaping the course of the nation's history. To, yeah, the Pahlavi dynasty. So, Reza Shah. Yeah. Or Mohammad Reza Shah. So that, yeah, they had monarchy for 2,500 years since, wow, yeah, that would go all the way back to like the Cyrus the Great in like before Rome was. So that's how long that there has been a king of Persia until now, recently, where it was finally the end of monarchy. That's why this whole nation has changed. Alright. That's crazy.
To some, those people praying would be intimidating. But to me, it's pretty powerful.
Public prayer. Mass public prayers were the sit-ins of the Iranian Revolution. The Ayatollah Shariat Madari. He... Speak your minds, but with calm and dignity. So it reminds me a lot of the Indian... independence movement, or at least the one led by Gandhi, of like peaceful protest. They were not happy with how the regime was being run, how the Shah was running the country.
Hey, good luck trying to buy anything from the bazaar. All the shopkeepers have gone on strike too.
Oh man, wow, that's crazy. Closed for business. When the Shah threatened martial law, a reported 30,000 oil workers went on strike, causing a crippling chain reaction. So, Iran is known for its oil. Oh, by the way, oh wow, it's actually a real photo. Iran is known for selling oil, and that's like a major part of like the economy. So if 30,000 oil workers go on strike and you have no oil, then your country is in trouble economically. But that's why they wanted to make sure to... Their message was sure they're like, no, we are not going to work for the economy if you don't. Because we don't approve of what you're doing. And so that's why a lot of people just like went to resist. Basically, the collapse of
like seriously, I can't wait to get these developed.
Did you get a picture of Ayatollah Shariat Madari? People are saying that he should lead Iran.
Who's Shariat Madari?
He's a cleric who understands the hearts of the oppressed.
No religious mullah is going to lead this country. Fahmidi, understand? That's over.
Why not? Are we not a nation of Muslims, brother?
Brother? Barudar? We are a nation of equality greater than Western capitalism or your paganism. Mifahmidi, understand? No mullah will run this government. Mifahmi Chimigam?
Hey, comrade. Lighten up.
Jufti, you better back away before I come over
okay?
there.
We don't do this, alright? All of this is about non-violence. We don't want to give the army any reason to intervene.
I don't trust this punk with his camera.
Yeah, I'm taking
Basta
pictures.
دیگه.
Let me see
Gumshoe,
this.
Bora, keep walking. That's right.
خجالت بکش. These communists. Always posturing, never thinking about the bigger picture. Come on.
Man, Bobak, what happened to you back there?
Look, just because I didn't kick his ass doesn't mean I didn't want to.
Did you see his hair? You guys share the same barber?
Comrade, that's all you got? Come on, let's hit the streets.
So there were definitely communist elements. I forgot about that part. So I guess at this time we were like, what kind of government should we have? And I think that was on everyone's minds. That's why he's like, I don't like. They're like, we don't want to be ruled by Muslims. The mullahs is what I was talking about earlier. The religious leaders. So I think those were the guys who were aligned with a secular government.
This is not the Iran you left a year ago. The people are angry, especially after Savak burned down the Cinema Rex.
Are you talking about the fire?
Don't tell me you haven't heard of Cinema Rex. Over 400 people died in that fire. And now, it's time for answers.
You think it can get out of control?
Look, it could get ugly, but we won't achieve anything through violence.
Wow, he's really sticking to it.
How are the people gonna take on an army?
Look, Rezajan, you have to believe in the power of people, okay? Good will triumph. Now come on, it's time to discover what this revolution's all about.
Dude. I mean, even back then, there was like, can we really do this? Is the government just gonna run right over us? I suppose we can talk.
That's an interesting look.
Frame rate's a little
I've
bit
seen
bad
this guy
here.
before. He calls himself the Walking Dead.
Huh?
He's a walking memorial.
Oh, wow.
Besaram, my son, please take a picture. Show the world what is happening here.
Of course.
Okay, Reza, just look at this street as a sandwich.
Are you okay, Bobak?
Yeah, I'm great. Oh, Liam, it's the perfect analogy with the perfect ingredients. The bread, the cheese, the siyadune, the sabzi, and the tea.
Oh, sabzi. By the way, sabzi is delicious. That's, was it camel meat? I think it's camel meat sabzi. Saman the Walking Dead. Some protesters wore graphic photographs of murdered revolutionaries and became walking billboards. Oh, that's so sad. Whether the victims were killed on the street, tortured, or executed, their stories were immortalized in the revolutionary landscape. I know, and I was like, oopsies. Okay, so that I did not know about. I'm learning more about history today. Saman won't forget this, that you did all this. My job is just to inform. I mean, in the past, like, there was, like, clothing was definitely a lot more. Like, this was before they imposed the rules that in the current Iran, women can't have their heads not covered. So it would not have, flown. Wearing this kind of stuff would not have flown.
Think about it, Reza. The laborers, the bazaris, they're the bread, the noon. You can't make a lokme without barbari, and you definitely can't have a functioning society without workers.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah. Wow, he's really into the revolution. But bazaris, yeah, they're the shopkeepers. Because, as you know, a marketplace is called a bazaar. So, if you are a bazari, it means you work in the bazaar. And yeah, this is still the same. The bazaar is definitely a thing still. Richness of an ancient. Okay, well, I can read. I can't read the first part, but Friday Bazaar was and continues to be a weekly event whereby merchants gather to sell goods. The bazaar is the lifeblood of Iran's cities, especially the capital Tehran. That's also true. It is a social and intellectual hub buzzing with activity and teeming with richness of an. Let's see. Sorry, I got distracted by Douyu there. Of an ancient culture. Items for sale range from barrels of saffron. That's true. Definitely got my saffron. Or dried mulberries to hand-woven silk rugs that cost as much as a family's fortune. That's also true. Definitely got to see a huge selection of silk rugs while I was there. It is cheaper there. Oh, trust me, it's way cheaper to get it there than to get it in as an import. So if you're interested in silk rugs, then that's the place to go. Or you could import, but that costs more money. The bazaar's role was central in amplifying the message of the revolution. The entire nation felt the backlash of closed storefronts when thousands of Bazaris went on strike against the Pahlavi regime. Yeah, the frame is a little bit, is kind of bad, but and the visuals aren't very great, to be honest. But I mean, obviously, yeah, this is indie, so. Did I get this already? Oh, I haven't gotten this yet. Party of God, no God but Allah. Paid for by the Islamic Republican Party. The Islamic Republican Party, established after the revolution, was suspected of having ties to Hezbollah, an arguably reactionary religious party with militant tendencies. They still exist, by the way, and they're still definitely have caught a lot of attention. Or Hezbollah, if you read up on the news. But I'm not going to talk about it too much here. Okay, let's see. It is speculated that members of Hezbollah were instrumental in bolstering Khomeini's campaign when it came to protecting and defending their interpretation of the Word of God. Obviously, they're talking about the Quran, and not the Christian God, in case you're wondering. Definitely not the Christian God. Ooh, what's this? New leader, Ayatollah Khomeini, a cleric and strong critic of the Shah, was a central figure that many hoped would become the new leader of Iran. Did he actually? And I think Khomeini's popular criticism of the king emphasized him as a puppet of the West. Those who expressed anti-West ideals became the strongest supporters of Ayatollah Khomeini. So to give you a little bit of background, I mean, they were talking about how like the West has, like the West being like UK, US, like the UK was trying to get the oil from Iran, so they were like saying they were like manipulating Iranian politics to like favor oil trade, and so there's this like suspect that the Shah is just basically trying to cater to the West and like sacrificing the well-being of the country just to enrich himself, and also for the sake of like just continuing getting support from like the US and UK or like the West. I'm not completely I don't know if I fully understand the whole situation. That I don't know if I have enough knowledge to say any more than that, but that's basically what, as far as I know. But needless to say, like, yeah, Western countries have certainly been trying to interfere with Iran because they want the oil, and oil is really valuable. Where you have the oil, then people care about you in more ways than one. And of course, people are free to correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know everything.
I bet you don't see too many pecans in Germany.
I'm supposed
to not.
From the rubble. 2 weeks ago, the cinema was filled with
Paykan, the Iranian chariot.
who were positioned at all four corners
Paykan
of
is the
theater.
unofficial national car of Iran. After the revolution, the new Islamic government simplified the design, only produced the car in white. I don't remember seeing this, actually. Iran's top car manufacturer, Iran Khodro, introduced Paykan in the late 1960s. The westernizing Shah endorsed the car as a symbol of Iran's economic progress and national pride. After the revolution, the Islamic government made a statement against the pressures of westernization by only producing the car in white and removing the chrome accents and the decorative paneling of the interior. Yeah, basically, they're trying to defy. They were like, that's Western influence.
Iran says that this is the biggest act of violence involving arson that Iran
I bet you don't see
has
too
ever
many
seen.
pecans in Germany.
Another cinema
I suppose
in
I don't.
Shiraz was burned, and a bomb explosion in a restaurant killed one person. A week before that, a total of 3 people were killed at a cinema.
Do I have to save? No, I don't. It doesn't matter.
Mashhad.
There's no save button, so it auto saves anyway. Oh.
As I was saying, Reza, the cheese, the paneer, That's what makes a sandwich a sandwich. And the cars we drive, the clothes we wear, the things we follow, that's what makes Iran Iran. Mint, basil, tarragon, the students, writers, the revolutionaries, giving us the extra kick we need to set change in motion.
Some people are probably resisting. They're afraid that the Islamic government will take control. Because they were saying, like, why should the government be able to dictate what women can wear? Well, it's not like that is definitely a thing now. That actually ended up being true. Street literature. Street vendors sold a variety of books with content ranging from popular leftist writers to propagandist reading material. Anyway, did they have saying they sold a variety of? I'm not gonna read it out all the way out because it's gonna take too long. Let's see. Oh, cool. Philosophers. Karl Marx, Lenin, and Che Guevara. Oh, Che Guevara, very famous for communist.
Anything you want, we have for sale.
Is there anything Yeah, I wish the frame rate were a bit faster. This is. No, I already took a picture of that. Yeah, it's kind of chugging. I don't know. I wonder if it's better on the PC version. It probably is.
We're one of the biggest exporters of oil in the world, and our people still have to stand in line to fill up their tanks.
Oh,
Tell me that isn't backwards.
It is kind of messed up if you think about it. But this is actually true. And it's still probably true today. They still have a lot of oil. Widespread shortages of oil. Okay, so... Right, so yeah, the workers were not happy with how they were being treated. They're like, you guys gave them all the benefits, but we didn't get anything out of it. And so they said, no, we're not going to work unsafe conditions.
We're one of the biggest exporters of oil in the world, and our people still have to stand in line to fill up their tanks. Tell me that isn't backwards.
Oh.
We're one of the biggest exporters of oil in the world, and our people still have to stand in line to fill up their tanks. Tell me that isn't backwards.
Books, anything you want, we have for sale.
I can't run, by the way. This is as fast as I'm gonna go. Fashion's certainly different than it is nowadays. You'd have to be pretty conservative in Iran. Although, some people certainly get away with it a bit more. Some women definitely get away with showing a bit more. Freedom for political prisoners. The Shah demanded that anyone who questioned his rule be imprisoned, tortured, or sentenced to death. Oh dear. They stopped the communist anti-royalists. Well, that's not good. So some artists and intellectuals were respected by Iranian people, and they were thrown in jail. Wow. 22 of the prominent famous people. Which is not what you want to... Well, that's certainly not going to make people happy.
My father and my brother are rotting in jail. How many more must unjustly be imprisoned so that the Shah can live in his lavish palace and deny us our basic freedoms? Here, brother, read the truth of what is really happening. Anything else you read is corrupt and filled with lies.
I guess I will take the pamphlet.
Merci, خواهر. Thank you, sister.
خواهش میکنم برادر. Stay true, brother.
It's the only legitimate source to read now.
Right, they're afraid that the government's been tampering with...
Here you go, brother. Here you go, sister.
Garbage can of history.
No more listening to the Shah.
In the 1970s, Iran's income inequality gap was the widest in the world. Oh wow, it was that bad? The economic recession had devastating effects on the working class as the rate of unemployment ballooned. Never a good thing when you have terrible unemployment. He was trying to develop everything, but the rate of unemployment ballooned. Oh no. Wages of many workers dropped by 30%. The Shah wasn't trying to help the people. He was just focused on development. Oh my.
We must come together as one for real democracy.
Yeah, they wanted
The
democracy.
newspapers are lying. This speaks the truth. Ignore the state-sponsored newspaper. Valdiantoville. Read the truth.
You'll get to hear so much Farsi in this game. Well, actually, that makes a lot of sense, right? Barbary bread. Barbary is Iran's national flatbread. I can confirm that it is very delicious. It is common to find at Noonve, I can't pronounce this, or Break Bakery on every street corner. I can confirm that the bread is indeed delicious. Anyway, they're just talking about the national flatbread. Oh, I can't read this. Sangak, Lavash, Tafta, and Barbary. Let's see. A traditional input, like the cheese made from oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, Siadone. I don't know how to. I can't remember how to pronounce it. The cup of chai and khorma, the dates. And yes, that is true. I've had that breakfast before. It is pretty. It's a nice way to start your day. So you don't need eggs. You just get like the cheese and the seeds and the dates. Dates are very delicious. Always good stuff.
Fresh and delicious Barbary! Hot from the oven!
Is there anything else? Hijab in Iran. Reza Shah, the Shah's father and predecessor, banned the chador, the large piece of fabric that coats the body, and all hijab in 1936. Oh, really? That I didn't know. Which is, it's the opposite of it is now, but he ordered the military to enforce the new law by arresting women who wore hijab and forcibly removing it. So you'll see that worn by Muslim women all around the world. Under the Shah's reign, the grip on the veil was loosened. Many women chose not to wear hijab, while others wore the chador of their own volition. In March 1979, less than a month after his rise to power, Ayatollah Khomeini made hijab mandatory. Yes, that's true. And it's still true today. I wrote it, yeah. It sparked widespread protests. Well, I can't imagine women were too thrilled about being forced to wear it. They still... And no, they probably... A lot of women are definitely not happy to
Anyways,
wear it.
the bitter Siadune, the black seeds on top, are all the people left in the shadows by the Shah. The drug addicts, the beggars, the poor.
So we're just understanding the...
Streets are very dangerous.
It's like a history lesson. What's going on with her? Woman and child. While some enjoyed a time of great prosperity during the Shah's rule, poverty and inequality became a rapid growing problem. Oh, right. The laborers became... It's the UK was like wanting to buy so much oil, and I guess their companies were there in Iran. The economic progress was... There's so much poverty and inequality. Oh, that sounds like... I'm trying to get a better picture. I feel like I'm learning.
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. There's no chance for people like her in Iran today.
Let the smoke of this Esfand protect you, my son.
Inshallah. Merci khanum. I hope you and your child find what you need.
I didn't realize I could actually talk. I didn't talk to anybody. I could go back. I can't go back. Oh well. Yeah, the models aren't exactly great either. The frame rate's kind of bad, but
ببین کوروش عالیه ها. He's a real rock star.
Yeah, Kurosh is good, but Dariush is the man.
Dariush? Who are they talking about? Oh, that's a Christian prayer card. Interesting. In Iran? That would be unheard of nowadays. But anyway, let's pick. I honestly don't know. What is this?
See that stack of prayer cards? The guy who owns the stand is probably Christian.
Yep.
Hey, if Gugush and Adidas are good cheese, this guy getting mistreated because of his beliefs, that would be bad cheese.
You're crazy, Babak. Divune. Hasan divune.
Interesting. Modernization. And let's grab this.
Gugush released a new album. Damish Gam.
I love Gugush. Gugush is beautiful.
Oh, it's the name of a singer. Let's read what they had to say. Wow, I got so much information. Can I not read the magazines? I just took all the magazines. Man, I feel like I really wish I could read Farsi so I could actually get everything.
I have disco, rock and roll, and heavy metal. Take a listen.
Yeah, you can't listen to that now in Iran, or at least not out in the open, that's for sure. You could in the
You
past.
see? I'm not the only one with these cassettes.
Take a listen.
Secret tapes. The most widespread and successfully undetected form of revolutionary communication was through the circulation of audio tapes that featured speeches by influential clerics. Oh, they were smuggled into Tehran and circulated covertly. They featured voices of exiled clerical leaders and outspoken who call for unarmed resistance, non-cooperation. The tape cassettes are stronger than fighter planes. True, a pen is mightier than the sword, I suppose.
برادر بیا یه چیزی دارم واسط. I have something special for you.
Look at all these cassettes.
I have lots of Khomeini and even Shariat Madari. یه گوش کن.
How did you get these?
My brother, he has a connection. But you can find them here and all over the city.
Okay. I'll grab. I'll grab rock music, I guess. I didn't decide not to grab any of the tapes. I'm wondering if because I have the tapes, they're going to grant
Let's get to the front before the crowd pushes us back.
Cool, let's do it.
This is gonna be great, Reza. One day we can tell our kids about this. No matter what, keep your eyes on me and let's not lose each other in the crowd.
Oh, I did. Did I take all the photos I needed? Shoot. I don't know if I did. Well, hope I'm not making a mistake. I'm learning so much. Obviously, of course, this is just one source. There's a lot of supplementing material if you really